Hi, this is Barb Thompson, and I'm going to share with you my field experience in a K-12 cyber school environment. My field experience took place on the campus of Seneca Valley School District. I spent an entire day immersed in Seneca Valley's Cyber Academy. The Cyber Teacher Center was located within the high school and very close to the computer labs. Prior to arriving, the assistant principal, Tony Babusi, laid out a plan for my day where I would spend time with each cyber teacher there. So all of the cyber teachers at Seneca Valley are certified in the subject that they teach, and they've also taught in a traditional classroom. Currently, they are taking graduate courses for online certification. So as you can see, I had a full day ahead of me, and being that this was all so very new to me, this was a tad bit overwhelming, but at the same time, I was very excited for the day. So I started the day with the principal, Denise Manganiello. I toured the computer labs and then interviewed Denise. So a couple interesting facts I found out. Seneca Valley Cyber Program has been in operation for about 7 years. They are a completely asynchronous cyber school. So while most of the students in the program are taking only 1 or 2 courses, those courses are completely and fully online courses, and again, they're asynchronous courses. So as you can see, out of the 1,187 students in the program, only about 55 are full-time cyber students. So these part-time students, especially in the elementary level, are taking their online classes in the computer labs in the school. And then in addition to serving their own students, Seneca Valley partners with 26 other schools who conduct these cyber classes on their own, but they are under the umbrella of Seneca Valley. So some other interesting details. A majority of the cyber students are high school students, and most of the students are taking classes for acceleration. Also, they're taking courses that are not offered in a traditional classroom. So this, again, is a great benefit of their cyber program. For an extra cost, the students can take online classes during the summer for either acceleration or for recovery. Then what was outlined for me was the communication procedure, which is very similar to traditional classrooms. Most of the initial communication is done via email, but calls are also made home on a regular basis. So one of the biggest eye-openers to me was how this K-12 cyber environment was so very different than what I've been exposed to at the graduate level. Seneca Valley uses a learning management system, which I'll go into more detail in the next slide, that everything comes pre-packaged. All of the lessons include within them the instruction, the activities, the assignments, and the assessments. And some of them even include discussion prompts to be used. So the cyber teacher can pick and choose what individual lessons are going to go into the semester course. So there's really not much upfront work for the cyber teacher to do, but most of the efforts are concentrated in reviewing the students' work and grading the lessons. Another difference in this environment is that the students participate very little in discussions or collaboration. There isn't a lot of student-to-student interaction. So the main thing that was emphasized to me was the idea of flexibility for the students. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that the students do not have weekly deadlines. They do not have assignments that need to be turned in by a certain date. Everything just has to be turned in and done by the end of the semester. The reason why Seneca Valley does it this way is they believe this gives the student the utmost flexibility that they need, because the students are taking these classes so that they can work at their own pace. The courses, of course, are chunked into modules, into separate lessons for student manageability and for topics to go together, but all of this is just due at the end of the semester. However, since most of their cyber students are taking accelerated classes, the students tend to be more motivated and more disciplined. But one of the benefits that their LMS system does provide, as you can see here, is a constant progress report. So the student can always see this, the parent can always see it, and of course the teacher is always able to see it. So the student always knows where they stand within the course that they're taking. The foundation for Seneca Valley Cyber Program is its learning management system, Edgenuity. Edgenuity appears to be an excellent learning management system to use in a K-12 cyber environment. Like I mentioned, all of the courses are already pre-designed, pre-packaged that go for a semester, and the teacher can pick and choose what classes go into their lessons that they want to have. Mainly one of their main goals in pre-doing anything for their lessons is that they just have to make sure that the lessons that they choose are going to align with what Seneca Valley is doing. There are about 200 different courses to choose from, for the teacher to choose from, and then again also for the students to choose from. So the teacher, like I said, can add or delete single lessons or modules within the designed course. And as I learned with a special ed teacher, this is an excellent feature because you can really make a course specific to a student and to meet the student's needs. And then, of course, also within the learning management system are all of the communication tools. They have email, chat, collaboration corner, which is like the Blackboard discussion boards. So one of the features that Edgenuity has that I love is their degree of accountability to the students for the time that they spend while they're on the computer doing their lessons. So again, what that means is Edgenuity tracks when the student logs onto the computer, how much time is spent on the lessons and the activities, and how much time is spent idle. So this could be the student looking at other websites while they're logged on to Edgenuity. It could be they're getting up to go get something to eat or to drink. So the teacher obviously gets to see this and to see how much time the student is actually spending on the activities and lessons while they are logged on to Edgenuity. Seneca Valley's elementary cyber program consists of one full-time teacher and one part-time teacher. And as you can see, about 80% of the students are enrolled in the accelerated math program, and these students include 5th and 6th graders. The students are taking their classes, these accelerated math classes, in the computer lab during the regular math class time. So another great feature about the program is that students who have the ability to be able to accelerate have the option and the choice to be able to do that. Also, when you look at the pie chart, you can see that the teacher spends a majority of their time reviewing the student's work and grading the student's work. And this is true for all of the teachers. The middle school subjects as well as the high school subjects, a majority of their time is spent looking at the work that the students have done. As far as teacher presence, it really isn't there a lot online. However, the teachers do physically go to the labs where the students are working and try to touch base with them on a regular basis. So as the teacher is spending much time looking at the students' work, grading the students' work, this is where the teacher gives the feedback. The feedback comes as the teacher is grading the students' work, giving suggestions, telling where the student may have gone wrong in a certain problem or in a certain area. As far as the middle school and high school classes, there's one teacher for each subject. So as you can see in classes such as science and social studies, there are 20 different classes that are being offered, that are being taken by students, and these classes span over about 100 to 150 students. So it's really important that the teachers know a lot about their subjects. Another eye-opener here for me was that physical education is the biggest enrollment that they have. And the reason for this is that the students can do their physical activity outside of school, which is documented and certified, and then there's also a written component. This then frees up time for the student to be able to take additional electives or some college-bound classes that they might want to take. One of the questions I had, especially for the science teacher, was I thought that maybe the students would lose out on being in some cool science labs if they were taking cyber school in science. And she showed me the virtual labs that are included in Edgenuity that I thought were absolutely incredible and very engaging. One of the things the English teacher does is she goes outside of Edgenuity and uses eDynamic Learning, where she has a platform for Moodles. And what she does with these Moodles is she does the literature aspect of her English class, where the students have access to the actual literature through the Moodle and also have the activities and the assessments that go along with it. Of course, I wanted to spend a lot of time with the social studies teacher, which I did. One of the highlights for him and for the other teachers as well is that Edgenuity added something new this year to their program, which was that the teachers are now allowed to add their own materials to Edgenuity. So that could be an instructional video, a tutorial, a PowerPoint presentation, documents, anything that they want to add to Edgenuity's already prepackaged lesson. So this was a big thrill for them. And I put my 2 cents in here where I had suggested for maybe Teacher Presence Online that they might do an assignment like we did, where you would create a video about yourself, about your class, included in your Edgenuity lesson so that the students get to know you a little bit better. At the end of the day, literally, I had so much that I had learned, loved being in this environment. And one of the things I could definitely see is in this environment in particular, it was very much a reactionary role that the teachers took, where they waited for the students to do the work, and then they would go ahead and grade it and interact with the students and do feedback as they graded the work. But as most teachers, they are always looking to improve what they're doing. I definitely thought that Seneca Valley Cyber Program worked like a very well-oiled machine.